By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how the Instagram algorithm works right now in 2025, and you're going to be able to take advantage of this in order to grow faster on Instagram and to get monetized. Because if you're making the mistakes that I share with you in this video or not doing the things I share with you in this video, it's why the Instagram algorithm isn't rewarding your content. And these are all very simple fixes to do, and you're going to begin to see immediate results. In fact, I just helped this creator get over 200,000 followers, this creator over 1 million followers, and I literally just started this brand new Instagram account right here, getting over 60,000 followers in just 30 days, all by implementing the things that I'm about to share with you. Change number one is that Instagram has finally rolled out the ability for each one of us to be able to control our own algorithm. I know you might not be seeing this right now, but if you don't, you're going to begin to see it pretty soon on your account. And essentially what you could do now is you can choose what kind of content you want to see more of, what kind of content you want to see less of, and you have more control over why you're actually seeing things on Instagram. Now, that's cool and that's great if you want to scroll on Instagram, but if you want to grow on Instagram, here's what you need to make sure you're doing. You need to make sure that you actually understand what kind of categories Instagram is recommending to people so that you can then create content that gets put into that bucket, and then the Instagram algorithm is going to show your content to more people than it ever has before. Let me explain. Okay, so this right here is exactly what this is going to look like. You're going to be able to click on all of these different things right here. We could see that the CEO of Instagram literally just posted this pretty recently, and you can see exactly what these different categories are. Now, in addition to that, you're going to be able to click into each of these. You're going to be able to say that you want to watch more reels like that you want to move to see less of them, or that you want to delete that category. And this right now is based off of your activity on Instagram. And then in addition to that, you could add in new interests here if you want to be interested in something else. And as we could see right here, it tells you now why you are actually getting shown content. So again, once you see this feature, once you get access to it, it's going to look like this in the top right-hand corner up here. You want to make sure that you're going in there, playing around with it, specifically around your niche, and see what different categories and what different buckets Instagram is putting content into so that you can go into each of them, see which are getting the most views, and that should inform what kind of content you're trying to make right now. But that was just the first change. There are several more that you need to be paying attention to, and they're only going to keep getting more and more important. The next one is that you need to be optimizing for content that is getting people to land in your DMs. And there are basically two ways that you could do this. One, you can use comment to DM automation. You've seen this before where somebody asks you to comment a specific word. For example, if you're watching a recipe video that's showing you how to make carbones pasta, they get you to comment carbone, or they get you to comment pasta, and then they automatically send you the recipe in DMs. What this does is signals to Instagram that, hey, this person is trying to build a deeper relationship here, so then they get shown more of your content, and Instagram shows your content to more people. But as of recently, there's actually another way for you to do this that is even more powerful. And what that is when somebody follows you, you can have it so that it automatically DMs them and actually starts a conversation with them. And this is incredibly powerful because the best time for you to be able to connect with somebody is immediately once they follow you, because that is when they're as warm as possible and when they're as interested in you as possible, and that's when you should be reaching out to them. Now, lucky for you, today's video sponsor ManyChat makes this easier than ever before for you to be able to do this. In fact, their new feature called Follow to DM can automate this process for you. Here's why this matters. Because you know when somebody follows you on Instagram and then they kind of disappear before you ever get a chance to reach out to them or even find out who they are? Or even worse, they move on and forget about you because they follow 100 people or 1,000 people, and now you're just one of the crowd. Well, that's a misconnection and a missed opportunity for you to be able to gain a loyal follower. Not just a regular follower, but somebody that actually engages with all of your content and likes all of your posts. And ManyChat's new Follow to DM feature fixes that, because it automatically sends a personalized message to every new follower the moment that they actually follow you. You could use this to welcome them, introduce yourself, share a resource, or even start a real conversation. On top of that, this drastically increases the odds that the Instagram algorithm pushes out that piece of content that got them to follow you. And since ManyChat's an official Meta business partner, it's fully approved and safe to use on your account. So what are you waiting for? Go to the pinned comment below where you can register for ManyChat for free or get a 30-day free trial to ManyChat Pro. I would have never gained over 60,000 followers in 30 days if I wasn't using this feature and ManyChat's other features, which is why I'd strongly suggest you use it too. Now, Change number 3 is that you need to make sure that you get Meta verified, because this isn't only going to distinguish you anymore because you have a blue check mark. They've actually changed your search results on Instagram in order to prioritize people that have Meta verification. In fact, I guarantee that if you go into a search for anything right now, the majority of people that you see at the top of their search results are all Meta verified, because they basically completely changed the algorithm to prioritize those people in search results. Now, I would strongly suggest that you do this because I'm telling you, the return on investment that you're going to get from this is going to be insane when you start to rank for search on Instagram. Because here's the deal. 2026 is coming around right now. We're in November. So now is the time for you to begin creating content about 2026 predictions so that you can rank for search in your niche. I started ranking for search back in 2019 across all my social media channels, and it completely changed my life. Why? Because people are doing searches for popular keywords that your content could be about 24/7, 365. And if they find your content via search and you help them solve their problem, or you deliver content that is exactly what they want, this makes people fall in love with you. It makes them feel way more of a connection to you. And if you power that with ManyChat, this is going to be supercharged for you to be able to find people that are actually interested in your content. Because think about it. If you just show up on the For You page on Instagram, or on the Reels feed on Instagram, or on the Explore feed on Instagram, or anywhere else on Instagram, people are just randomly seeing you and they might not be interested in what you're posting about. But if people are searching for that specific content, those are the most valuable people you could ever have find you and follow you. And by the way, if you actually want to rank for search, for example, Nick's post right here is ranking for travel credit card hacks. If we click on this right here, I can show you exactly why. Because if we look at this, he has a credit card in the background. It says best travel credit card hack. And then his description right here also says the same exact thing. And then what ends up happening is this looks like the correct metadata to Instagram, and then they end up showing his content to more people. In addition to that, if we come down here, we could see that there are people commenting about this specific type of content, which basically supercharges this and increases the odds that it is going to rank for search. Now, change number 4 is that Instagram just updated both stories and trial reels with new rules and new algorithms. So let me explain to you exactly how these work now. When it comes to your Instagram stories, you used to get the most views when you only posted one time to your story and didn't post anything else. That used to maximize your reach, but Instagram CEO recently came out and said that they actually changed how this algorithm works and they fixed it. So here's how stories actually work now and what you need to do to maximize your reach. 1, you can now post multiple stories without lowering your reach at all. 2, story depth and retention, aka how long people keep watching, now matters more than daily frequency. So if you want to increase the reach you get on your stories, just make sure that people watch your stories. And the easiest way for you to be able to do this is repost all of the content that you post on Reels over to your stories. In fact, let's say that you're not going to post on Instagram one day because you just don't feel like it. Instead, what you should be doing is actually going through and just reposting a few of your recent Reels to your story, and it is going to increase the reach that you get on them. In addition to that, you also need to make sure that you are using stories to bridge to DMs with polls, with questions, and getting story replies, because these all count as algorithmic engagement for your stories. Now, like I was saying, the trial Reels feed also changed, and the way that the algorithm works for this has completely changed. If we go back just a month ago, you were able to just repost stuff directly to trial Reels. You were able to post 100 trial Reels a day, but it doesn't work like that anymore. Here are the new rules for the trial Reels algorithm. 1, you can post up to 5 trial Reels per day now, and I would strongly suggest that you post anywhere from 3 to 5 of them in order to actually maximize your reach. Secondly, if you are reposting, it is going to trigger you getting low reach on that trial reel. So please make sure that the trial Reels that you're uploading are not a repost and are different than the other content that you're posting. And then third, you need to encourage experimenting with trial Reels. This could be adding in different captions, using a different hook, using a different format, testing a different length. Essentially, what Instagram wants to see is that you're using this in order to test things and change things around, as opposed to just reposting that same old content and getting it shown to people that don't follow you. And then that last and most important change is that niching down is now more important than ever before on Instagram. Because like I was sharing with you in tip number 1, Instagram is breaking things out to what are people interested in and then just keep showing them more content about that. Now in the past, you were able to post in several niches. You were able to post about several different types of content, but Instagram doesn't work like that anymore, because now when you post something on Instagram that nobody engages with, or that Instagram feels like they don't have an audience for, it's actually going to hurt your page. In fact, it could end up resetting all the good karma and all the goodwill that you have with the Instagram algorithm. So what you need to make sure that you're doing is only posting content your ideal audience is actually interested in. And if you're trying to change your niche, you're trying to completely change your strategy, you might be better off actually creating a new Instagram account and just collab posting with your old account in order to get the people that are still interested in that new thing over there. And then you can double down and you can actually be in the right segment on Instagram. Because if you're posting about something your current audience doesn't care about, all it's going to do is kill your current account, and it's not going to help you get the reach into the other niches that you want. You'd just be way better off creating a new account from scratch. And then one other thing that I would say about this current Instagram algorithm is, in terms of posting frequency, I would only post 1 to 2 times a day on your regular feed, and then with trial reels 3 to 5 times a day. So at the absolute most, you could get out anywhere from 3 to 7 posts, but please do not post more than that, and make sure that you're posting them in the right way. And I'm not recommending that you have to do this. I'm just saying, if you want to grow the absolute fastest, it would be 1 to 2 reels posts a day, and then 3 to 5 trial reels a day. That would be the best and the fastest way for you to be able to grow right now on Instagram. Now at this point, the only other thing that I could do to help you grow faster on Instagram is to work with you one-on-one, the same exact way that I helped this creator get over 200,000 followers and this creator over 1 million followers. If you want to work together and I literally tell you everything that you need to do to grow faster on Instagram, get more views on Instagram, and finally get monetized on Instagram, well, please check out this video right here that walks you through the 3 different ways that we can work together, and I can help you grow faster on Instagram one-on-one. I'll see you over there.